That right there, that's some of the new stuff, so I'm still working on getting consistent at that. That is new, and then if I can ever get there, the Darko net manip is new as well. Yeah, I've only seen that a couple times, but I did see it in practice. Since you can get up there, there should be a fix for that. You might have to not go into the menu the 2 times. And because I know you said you could do like 3 ABs or some shit. So you might have to work it out that way. The only problem would be if RNG 3 is not the same, that would probably fuck up the Darko net manip unless there was a way to fix it, like out down at the teleport like you were talking about. But yeah, that pace was nothing special. And I feel like this is getting the jitters out. Like, I didn't feel nearly as nervous there as that first run. Exactly. I feel like it's got to be within... It's got to be within the range that is fixable. So, I thought about making a backup for that. I'm like, nah, that doesn't happen very often. But, of course, I didn't. But yeah, so I'll work on finding a backup for that. Getting further though, that was the furthest I've been tonight. Got past that spot in Magic Camp. But yeah, Durko, seeing me going through the wall and shit, I'm sure that's pretty crazy. So here are some of the glitches. Check that out. That shows that out of bounds. If you want to know how the manip works, if you're used to seeing me do non-manip, check that out. And then if you want a rough route, it's slightly out of date, but that gives you the general overview of the route that I'm doing. So hopefully that'll help answer some of your questions. So I need to actually make notes. Next time I reset, I'm gonna open up a text file. I need to practice that gliding there. I think what causes that is turning left too soon, the getting stuck. So I need to either go up higher or walk diagonally, and then find a backup for that if I can, and see if it's the same RNG3 value. But as long as you can get up to the platform, it should be fixable. It almost makes me want to look for a fix for when the cracking goes down. Like maybe you could do another input or something, because you've got that AB times 3 amount of buffer to work with. You know, that's like the old way I used to do things. I'm like, all right, if I can't get it perfectly consistent, I'll just find fucking backups for everything. Like, who gives a shit? Although it's a little harder to do that in any percent. It seems a little easier in glitchless, because there's so many NPCs and a lot of inputs. The any percent manip is pretty lean, pretty light. But so far, I'm happy with this. I haven't failed any of the stairs glitches, and I haven't failed any of the cliff skips. Blue Imp, I would say Boogie is the easiest for a beginner. Evolution, I finished learning the new stuff for any percent, and I was really excited, so I decided I wanted to just do any percent tonight. Because I've been practicing it over the past few nights. At the end of last night's stream, I couldn't get anything going, so it was on the shorter side. I mean, I still did... I typically do like a minimum of 4 hours, so I still did 4 hours. But after the stream, I learned... I had a breakthrough. I realized what was wrong. Hannibal helped me out, and it really ended up just being I had to make a new save state. My save state was bad in Saturn Valley for the Darko net manip. So I need to practice those 2 things, and I need to practice that cliff skip in Winters under the lab. What's up, Mozzie? But yeah, Boogie's the easiest. It's glitchless plus no manipulation, and it's only a partial game category. It goes through defeating Boogie Tent. But yeah, dropping the manip there in Sea of Eden, that's not surprising, since that's some of the new stuff. But I I should have listened to my gut and made a backup for that, but it'll give me something to do now. Because the thing is, I was so focused on learning everything and derusting, I was like, you know, I'll make backups later. Backups are like the gravy on top, you know what I mean? I had to get the meat and potatoes first. And I've done that. But this is fun. I'm having fun. Fuck the non-manip bullshit, dude. Like, this is just relaxing. Like, I don't care if I lose these runs. Like, big deal. It's much easier to get that pace back since it's almost completely manipulated. What was I stuck on? Like, when you lose a non-manip run, it's so sad because you don't know when that run is coming back. Now, obviously, there are good any % runs, like when you have immediate cliff skips and first try crow coming out of the fucking place and shit. That too. Blue Imp, if you want, you can do the guide command to get the strategy guide that came with the game. Here, I'll do it. There you go. So that came with the game. So if you're doing a casual playthrough, you may want that. Is Twitter having problems? Are you using the app or the mobile site? Speaking of Twitter, you can do the Twitter command if you want my Twitter. Pika the devil. It's the app. Try just the mobile site. Like, try outside of the app. I don't use the app. I just use the mobile site. Half the game. Oh, that's fucked too? Okay. Do not forget the inputs. Bell's tweet deck. Thank you, Zerwin. What is tweet deck? I don't know what that is. Wish we didn't have to do that damn bee. Maybe I should start doing right auto fight. You do a phantom input as well, because a B is 2 and you really only need 1 there. Oh, I gotcha. Bump, 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 bump. But yeah, this is pretty good so far. I'm happy with how this is going. I would really like to get a crack at the Darko net manip tonight, which is immediately after Nightmare. I was almost there on the last one. It almost doesn't count. I tried doing up to the herb instead of down just on a whim to see if it would fix it, but it didn't. Bum, 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 bum. All right. Try again. Bum, 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 bum. Do 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 do. Oh, my eyes are like dry. I put eye drops in earlier because I'm tired. Yo, even. Do do boo boo. Oh my fucking god, really? Really? Dude, are you serious? What is this? Never had that before. That's a stupid time loss. Dude, those are 5%ers. I will, thank you. Alright, dumb time loss, but that last cliff skip was really good. First one took a little bit to get him, it wasn't too bad. My beauty rest. Like what, America? I don't think so. And it gets stuck there. That's a good question. That's what I'd like to know. Those are 5% spawns. The dog and the cop and the two dogs, they spawn together. Call them blue Shreks? What? Alright, good graveyard. Very good. Perfect. Perfect. Yeah, you heard me. Might save a second here. Half a second. I'll take it. Take it to the bank. So this is a better pace than last time. Yeah, blue Shreks. Blue Shreks. Oh, nice. Doc got a PB in Runbound, aka Ribbit, formerly known as Ribbit. Only like a minute off the record now. Docmo, they've been really good. Thanks for the luck. I had a 47 pace die in Magicant, I had a PB paste die right before Nightmare. I didn't do the new Sea of Eden right. And then I had another 47 paste die to saving too low at the phone in the lab after the cliff skip, which was something I've never done before. But I've been going. I haven't failed any cliff skips or stairs glitches yet tonight. It's bound to happen, though. It's gonna happen eventually. But it's been good. I'm gonna look for a backup for the thing that happened in the last run, because I saw that a couple times in practice, and I thought to myself I should make a backup, but I was prioritizing just learning all this shit, you know? Yeah, I saved too fucking low, and I ran into him when I moved left. Now, Hannibal, after I reset, he said, like, right at the time that it happened, but he said it's actually okay if you go around him really fast, but I've never had that or seen it, so I just assumed it was over. I thought I would have had to resave and reset, you know, to fix it. It's been eventful, that's for sure. Oh, man. Stop. What a stupid time loss. Alright, I've had really good luck with the spawn plate tonight. Either been free or only like 2D spawns. Cool. That was really good. Slow and steady wins the race. Sometimes I have to fight the urge to try to go really fast there. That was really good. And that was a quick setup. Fairly quick crow. This one down here, I've been having some trouble with. I need to practice this one some more, because I've really only done it a few times in practice. Yeah, that was really quick. Other than just getting it, like, instantly. Yeah, I don't think this is right. Yeah, see, well, whatever, I went through. I can't seem to get the setup, or what I'm looking for is not right. Yeah, I'm gonna have to review that. I can't seem to remember. Because what I think I should be getting, I can't ever seem to get, and it takes forever. Yeah, it's been almost 5 months, so I'm gonna have to review it again. That was still quick, though. Alright, that's a good save. Gotta creep up on it when that sandwich is still active. It's easy to overshoot it. Thank you, Zwei. Appreciate it. So I probably would have saved time there if I didn't accidentally try to use the BBR. And then menu to it again. Alright. Controller, musical chairs. So, I always get my manip controller during this cutscene. So if you're wondering what I'm doing, I have both controllers plugged in. The game takes inputs from either port. I use a newer controller for the manip segments because it has a stiffer D-pad, and it's less likely I'll get a bad D-pad input, which would, in most circumstances, ruin the run. Thank you, Kupo. Thanks for the luck. This is a good pace. This is 47 pace. Oh my god, Hannibal, I just saw what you tweeted. Is that the fucking circle game thing? What the fuck? Just changing it up, Swinch. I finished learning all the new stuff, and I was excited and wanted to do it. Because I really want to get a shot at the Darko Net Manip. Thanks for the luck. Don't forget, you as a viewer can help me out. On this second pass, this one going right here, you should pay attention to this guy in case I forget and I ask what he did. Right, no extra input. If he were to go down, then I would have to do an extra input. I timed it to 30 seconds. It looks like it'll save 30 seconds if I hit it. I won't know for sure until I do it. Off of my PB. My PB Meteorite was not that great. Yeah, Jeeves, I saw that. The okay emoji or whatever. Memes have gone too far. Okay, no extra input. No, this is like the 4th run. Runs have been good, man. Doing 80%. What's up, man? Hell yeah. Yeah, exactly. Different splits. Yes, it is. It's extended off the end of the nightmare fight. Hannibal routed it. Thank you, Kim Cum. I keep feeling like I'm gonna fail that. I was failing it a lot in practice. Going too late. So reflect. It's the moonwalk is a really cool effect. What's up, J-Kiv? All right. See where I'm gonna fuck this one up. Yeah, people like that. What's up, Gonzo? did some runs recently. Got it, man. I'm like 3 for 3 on that. Yeah, they were derust runs. They were later in the night after a few hours of doing non-manip. This is the first night of doing it right off the bat. Alright, I have not been past Nightmare yet. I keep dropping it. Flying Man House. Magic can't. Gotta go through a door to get back in bounds. That's the quickest way to do it. Ah, that explains it. I don't think balance means as much in this category, but I don't know. Alright, let's see if I can actually get this. Sweet. That definitely saves time. Finally got it. And those inputs were a little slow at the end. Alright. Now I gotta mash a lot. That is gold, because I did Hannibal's new Sea of Eden. Saved less than a second, but those inputs on the last round were slow. Thank you, Travis. So I get a crack at the Darkonet manip. The Rosetta. So much mashing. Arm's tired. Oh, there's so much mashing. Your fucking protein drink, man. Yeah, it's from the new Sea of Eden. It is less than a second. Yeah, it is. Very nice. Viewer count's nothing special right now. I get over 200 sometimes. Oh, man. Alright, this will be my first time trying to do the Darko Net Manip. If I drop it, I can just keep going with the old strat of the teleports. Thank you, Corinne. Like you've done in practice, come on. Good, teleport left. Yeah, Black Tiger. If I'm on, I'll go left. I'm nervous. No, I did not. Fuck yeah, dude. Shoutouts to Hannibal for that. Yeah. It is. Giving him the meteorite piece and not talking to him is another little time save. Because I did that in my PB. I talked to him before giving him the piece. That was huge. I kind of fucked up the menu at the end. I went to Pooh's menu. It probably would have been gold if I wouldn't have done that. I did it. I just went to Pooh's menu when I was trying to leave. Also, my gold is just fucking insane. And non-manip could be faster because it doesn't have inputs and shit to do. But yeah, I went to Pooh's menu to teleport, and then I had to go back to Ness. But no, that was my first time attempting it, and I got it. Thank you, CRISPR. Thank you, Hannibal. Thank you to Flays. As long as I don't fuck up, there's no more RNG or anything in the run. I've been practicing. Thank you, John. If I fuck it up, it's no big deal. I'm very happy with the fact that I got the Sea of Eden and I got the Nightmare Manip. Drink a little water real quick. But yeah, that saves more time than I was thinking. I was thinking 23 seconds. It's more like 30. I didn't get the butterfly either. What's up, Ness682? What's up, King? I can't read chat as much when I'm doing this shit. Thank you, Zen. What's up, Monkey? There's a chance. I could still fuck it up, though. Thank you, Zangster. I've been practicing, so just gotta do just like I've been practicing. Thank you, Rosetta. Thank you, Corgi. Thank you, Notori. Almost fucked that up. Felt good. Oh, okay. All inputs at this point, no more pathing. Like I've done a million times. Thank you, Saturian. Like I've done a million times. I don't even have to go fast. Just don't fuck up. Thank you. I'm nervous, but I'm not freaking out like I was at Magic Camp. I'm just trying to focus. My heart's kind of up in my throat a little bit. I almost fucked that up. That was not what I meant to do, but it's the same number of inputs. I did that the other night. Whew. The beta. I meant to go down left. Down didn't happen, the right worked, but then I went down. Right down is the same. Hannibal, it's 2 Bs then 4 Bs if you get 1653 to avoid the clone, right? Defend, pray, defend. Thank you. What's up, Roxas? Yeah, Christian, definitely get in touch with Hannibal. He knows a lot about the run. He came up very quickly. Just remember the 0, dude. Just remember the 0. Oh my god. So this is 1B. 1B. Thank you for the luck. I feel like beside myself. Like I feel almost a little sick to my stomach, but I'm good. I think I need a burp. One B. Yes, it is. Absolutely. My early game was really good in my PB. All right, one more B. Yes, one wrong input, it's all over. Every input has to be exact. 1B. Well, I said I almost fucked it up at the end of phase 2. But luckily there, even though it was different, it was the same number of advancements, so it didn't matter. Like, the direction that you go doesn't matter. Up, down, left, right are all the same. What mattered is I was able to get to my goal, which was defend in the same number of cursor movements. Okay, the O in Polestar reminds me that it's 0 Bs for this one. The bully. No Bs. A beast. What's up, Pink Cushion? Thank you for the luck. I'm like breathing heavily. This is such a crazy category. This one's gonna be 2Bs. This one, the damage tells you because it starts with a 2, so it's 2. What's up, Laxlock? Did you really, Travis? Did that really happen, or are you just joking? That's why I came up with it, because that happened to me before. I'm like, oh no, where am I? Hell yeah, dude, I'm glad it helped. This one will be 3, because it starts with a 3. Feel insane right now. Freebies. My insane face. Face pretty good. Could be better. But this is good. Not that. It's in my stomach. Okay, mashing here matters. I have to mash. Because there's moving NPCs. No, I didn't know. Like, after a lot of those resets, I was starting to think I wouldn't even finish a run. 1B. Thank you, Mozzie. I won't. Okay, 1618, 3 and then 4. 1653, 2 and then 4. I'm not gonna risk getting the clone. 3 and then 4 for 1618. 2 and then 4. Yeah. 2 and then 4 for 1653. I hope it works. I've never done it in a run before. What do we get? Come on, 1618. 3 and then 4. Four Bs. 4 Bs. Hell yeah, dude! 47, the first ever 47 in any percent. Oh my god, what a relief. And I saved time on that split. That was almost gold on Gygus. That was like just over a second off gold, and that was really good. Oh my god, dude. Oh my god. I was so fucking tense and nervous. Yo, America, thanks for the 10 sub gifts, man. Thank you so much. Last Brain, Blizzard, Aldolaro 3 months. Cow, Blue at you 4 months. I Like Pie 2 months. Mr. Uncoachable, Jeeves 2 month, Modal, and Super Medical. Enjoy your emotes, everybody. Thank you. Oh man, I feel crazy right now. What a relief. Oh my god, dude, big shout out to Hannibal for the new Sea of Eden and the more importantly the Darko net manip, man. Wouldn't have been world record without that. Big thank you to him also for helping me with it. Hey, Saturian, thank you for the Prime sub. Appreciate it. Thank you, everybody. Yeah, so just to be clear, this is my first night back. I did a couple runs recently, but those are derust runs. This was the first night where I wasn't doing safety saves and shit. Yo, Ban JPN, thank you for the Prime sub. And Corgi Butt, I like that name. Thank you for the Prime sub as well. Appreciate it. Go to the emotes. Oh, you missed it. There's always the VOD. Sorry. I'll think about it. I'll think about it. Let me see. I'll have to think about what to do. I can't believe it. First night, and it was a 47. You know, it wasn't like the little tiny PB. Yeah, so just to be clear, that looks the same in the local recording because the encoder can't handle it. Yeah, it's from all the confetti. It does that on everybody's streams. Hey, Girly Step, thank you for the 7 months. Thank you for the resub, and thank you for the GGs. Thank you for the GGs, everybody. Thank you. Yeah, now you can see the splits. Look at that. I almost matched my gold Gygas split. I knew I had time save there from not talking to what's-his-face again. On the first night. Yeah, Travis, it was good, man. It was good, and this wasn't even the best pace I had. I had some others that were a little... I think I was like 6 seconds behind after winners on one of the other runs. Oh, man, I need to chuck some water. Hold on. Got dry mouth. I think my 103 was the first night. That was the first time I had done at the time, the new brick road manip, which was obsoleted by the winner's cliff skips. Later, J-Kiv. No, I'm done with this. I got what I wanted. I got the 47. Like, that was it. One and done. Man, I'm gonna have to think about what to do next. I really didn't expect to get it on the first night. And I was tired tonight. Like, I was even saying that I was pretty tired. Yeah, even my sum of best is not sub 47. No, I'm not done with no manip. We did it. We did. Thank you, Chili. But yeah, I've had a few others that were first night, I think. Thank you, Ragin. Oh, man, I can't believe I did it on the first night, and it was a 47. Because there was one earlier where I dropped it in the Sea of Eden. Yeah, subname, I was sweating too. I have 5 if you count non-manip. And I already had this one, yeah, but it was tied with Hannibal. I mean, technically mine was half a second faster, but the leaderboard only goes down to the second. I'll have to check and see. I feel like I split accurately because I have the split pedal now. So I doubt that was a 49. That should have been a pretty accurate split. Holy shit, dude, on the first night. Glitchless, both with and without manip, which is 2 if you count non-manip, even though technically non-manip is not a separate category. I've got any percent, I've got boogie percent, and I've got debug. Did you forget about debug? Solex, I just got a 47, man. Welcome to the after party. Get the photo and the text, hopefully. I did it. I got the first 47. I was not the first to get a 48, but I was the first to get a 47. I'm gonna have to think about it. I mean, I can do 2 things at once, you know? Like, I can mix in other categories. Yeah, big shout out to Franker Phase Z. Man, so that was the first time doing the Darko Net Manip, and it worked. Yo, Crossman, thanks for the 5 sub gifts. Going out to Soyo Supers, Near, Petroska, I hope I said that right. 2-month 3 sub, Kajiro 3-month 3 sub, and Black Tiger 3-month 3 sub. Thank you. Oh my god. Let me drink the rest of my water. My mouth is dry. Sorry, Michael Mutiny. I know a lot of people probably did. I haven't even been live for 3 hours. Oh shit, Paul with the 10, dude. Thank you so much, Paul. Those are going out to Baka, Rocking Horse, 8-Bit, Botalium, 2-month resub, Kazu, Peace James, Portable, I murdered that, 20th Century Boy, Blue Imp, and Captain Iberica. Enjoy the emotes, everybody. Thank you so much for all those sub gifts, everybody. Water almost gone. Alright, so let me review my, Alright, Hannibal, have a good one, man. Yo, once again, huge shout out to Hannibal for giving me the motivation to do this by tying the record, and then for finally being the one to route the ever-desired Darko-Net manip. Many people talked about it, many people tried. Hannibal finally pulled it off. So this would not have been world record without that. And then he obviously was nice enough to make videos and shit showing how to do it and to answer questions that I had and stuff. So big thank you to him. So let me go over my splits. So Starman, that's just Starman manip, nothing special there. 709, that's mostly mashing there. I'm kind of tired tonight, so I'm kind of surprised this happened. So my mashing and stuff wasn't the greatest. Onet Escape, nothing really happens there. The cliff skips were good. Oh, this is the one where I had the cop and 2 dog spawns and the blue guy spawn. I had to work around them. It took a little bit to get in the first cliff, but then the second one was almost instant. It was amazing. Graveyard, I think, was completely free. Winters, I had to despawn a few times to get a crow, but it wasn't too many. I got in the first cliff after just a couple tries, got right through there. And then the second cliff, I don't think I got the setup, but I was able to just get lucky and slip through there. Anyway, on the Nightmare split, that was gold by a little more than half a second. That was due to doing the new Sea of Eden that Hannibal routed out. By my estimate, it only saves a second based on what he did in his VOD and what I did in my VOD. But I did the inputs on the last round of Nightmare kind of slow. I was nervous, and so I didn't save the full second. But it was still gold, which shows that it is indeed faster. Meteorite, it was my first shot, because I had one tonight die in Magicant. I got stuck while gliding and got a spawn. I had another one die because I must have messed up the Kraken skips, and the third Kraken was in the wrong spot. I think there should be a backup for that's possible, because I saw that a couple times in my practice, actually, and it was kind of on my mental to-do list. That one wasn't even a good pace, though. It wasn't 47 pace. So I got there again. Oh, I had another one where I saved too low on the phone and ran into Ando Nuts. But anyway, so this one, I got the Nightmare. I got the new Sea of Eden. It's the same Nightmare fight, and then that goes straight into the Darko-Net manip. It was my first try, pulling it off in a run. I've been doing a lot of practice over the past few nights, so I felt good with it if I could get there, but I got it first try and went all the way. On Gygus, I saved time because in my PB, I accidentally talked to Ando Nuts after Meteorite instead of giving him the Meteorite piece, and he talks quite a bit. That loses quite a few seconds. So there was that, and then I guess I went pretty fast. I honestly was trying to go at a comfortable speed, but I guess it was faster than my PB. In my PB, I went pretty slow because I was nervous and stuff, but there it is. So it's been almost 5 months since when was it? June? So it's been about 4 months since I got my previous PB, which was the 48:15, which was world record, and then Hannibal tied it about a month ago. You know, I wasn't in any hurry to come back to it, but I was motivated by him tying me, and I was excited to come back because of the new manip. That's a big time save. You know, I came back a few times before when there were things like, you know, they took out the defense. Well, obviously the winner's cliff skips and the barricade skip. That was huge. Then there was let me do the history command. If you look at that, scroll down, go to any percent, you can see how much any percent has had a fucking revolution since last year. Thank you, son. Yeah, Chino, real world record, man. No, I'm not done, America. And then, so, you know, there was the skip in the spray can, single segment barricade skip. Now we have, there was a little revision to like Magic Ant and the Sea of Eden. There was some other little tiny strats in other places, like the can of, so people were doing the cookie, then they were doing the can of fruit juice, and all sorts of other stuff. And, you know, every time those happened, the time went down and then had to come back and get it. But this one, the 4815 stood for a while. But everyone knew that Darko Manip was like the final frontier for any percent. I do not see how this run can get any more optimized unless someone were to like reroute the whole Gygas fight and like maybe take out the Gutsy Bat, skipping that Kraken fight. But with the Magic Ant Bat, you would have to redo the Nightmare fight. You could get the Legendary Bat in Cave of the Past, but it would probably take so many inputs to get a smash that it would end up being slower or not as fast. How low do I think this can go? Well, let me look at what my sum of best is. Let me take a screenshot before I reset here. All right. So 4750. Let me reset my splits. And it could, well, I know it's like a low 47, but let me see here. The best possible time is a 47:18. And oh, something I forgot to mention is that I lost a little bit of time on the winner split because I used the bottle rocket and got a bunch of text. And you know, it's only a few seconds. And then leaving the meteorite, I did not gold it because I accidentally went to Pooh's menu to do the teleport and then had to go back to Ness. But I was only like 3 seconds off my my gold there. But my gold meteorite there was pretty much just a fucking free walk. Thank you, Zwei. I know, man. Like, I realized earlier that it's been 2 months since the 355.04 non-manip world record. I thought it had only been like a month. It's been fucking a while. So this was a nice change of pace. This was the first night where I really did serious runs. Exactly, America. Because I did this... There was one night where I did one, but I kind of jumped the gun. I had literally just kind of gone through and refreshed my my memory or whatever. And then I did 2 nights of derust runs that were pretty good, but I was doing safety saves, and if I messed it up, I just kept going. But I put in a lot of practice last night. I practiced till like 3 in the morning last night. Like, once I realized I was on the wrong seed, because like, this is something I want to say. I had a lot of trouble learning the Darko Net Manip because somehow I was on the wrong RNG 3 seed. I mean, like, at the Nightmare fight, and the fight still worked. And I can't even reproduce it, so it must have just been one of those stupid flukes, you know? And my luck, that's the one I do in save state and try learning. But at least it forced me to practice the shit out of the movement coming out of Saturn Valley, you know? Once I made a new save state, I just fucking went... Chili, I just mentioned that, but pretty much no, unless you're gonna maybe, like, redo Gygas. Because in the Gygas fight, you'll notice that none of the kids are killed off. And if you're familiar with watching these runs, you know that the kids dying is faster because you don't have to menu for them, you don't get text for them. Now, it would save more time in a glitchless run where Gygas is going to be doing his multi-target freeze attack, because you get text for all of them, and the fact that he's going to be doing lightning, and the chance for lightning to hit is based on how many kids you have alive. So when you're down to 1 kid, it's only a 25% chance. If you got all of them, it's a 100% chance. And the lightning hitting, and especially hitting pollen reflecting, is really slow. But since it's manip, those aren't going to happen. Those are the things that make you lose time. So it's not as much of a time loss having the kids alive. And really, one of them is dead. Jeff is dead. So you've only got 2 that are alive. Yeah, Aureliox is the one that routed all this out, like the Cave of the Past and the Gygas. And he doesn't seem interested in doing it. I think Toot looked at it. There have been a lot of people that have looked at it and just kind of said F it. Well, just to be clear, Kaiden, in my 4815, that was one of the best early games I'd ever had. It's unrealistic to try to like match that. Like this run was pretty damn good. Like the cliff skips were good and everything. I went quickly on Gygus. Like sometimes I lose time at Gygus just due to going like slow because I'm nervous, you know. But I went decently fast there. But I'm happy with that. You know, I've only been talking about doing this for like, you know, how long? It's been a while. Yeah, exactly. You're never going to get it. Now, in a category like this, it's sum of best means more than it does in, say, like glitchless. It's more likely that you could actually match that because it's based more on execution. But pretty much what determines this run is like the cliff skips, and there are a couple RNG spots. There is the there's the graveyard, which in this run was completely free. And then there's the, you can get the 5% spawns in Tucson. They normally don't happen. I did get them in this run, but I was able to get around them fairly quickly. And then there's a 100% spawn plate coming out of the drugstore in Winners. And I had 2 different runs tonight where I was able to get by first try. One, it was just empty. Probably had a dog go left and despawn. Other one, I got a crow first try. This one, I think I had to despawn like 2 or 3 times, but the cliff skips were quick. But there we go. So this makes up for that first run. The very first run tonight was 47 pace in Magicant, and people were talking about how crazy it would have been. I forget who said it, but someone said they would have been impressed if I would have gotten it on the first run. Well, how about this? It wasn't the first run. It was like the, what, like the 4th run? But that's still pretty good, huh? I got it in less than 3 hours. I've been live for less than 3 hours. Balanced works just like everything else, or just like other categories, but the thing is, there's not as much RNG in this category, so I don't think it really helps as much. Or maybe it does. Maybe it's more accurate. Yeah, I don't know. This was the first time I'd ever run against this with balanced. But anyway, this was fun. This was a really nice breath of fresh air over the past few days. Like I said, I really started saying about a month ago I was going to come back to this after Hannibal tied me, because I had been saying I was going to wait for him to beat me, but since he didn't beat me, he tied me. And to be clear, my run was half a second faster. When he split, his was 48.16, but then he retimed it off the VOD and saw it was actually a 48.15.9, and mine was like a, what, like a 0.6, and I didn't even time mine off the VOD, although my split was pretty accurate. But since he only tied me, I didn't get quite the same kick in the butt in the sense of motivation that you do when you get beat. So I kind of was dragging my heels and stuff, and I got a new mic set up, you know, around that same time, and I was preoccupied. Yeah, Twinkie, you did, man, sorry. I was preoccupied with like my microphone and stuff, and you know, I was doing some other stream upgrades. I got a split pedal recently, so this was my first run with the split pedal, because I probably was losing. You know, that's probably where some of that guy gets time save come from, was the split pedal, because typically at the end you have to reach over and mash with one hand so that you can split with the other, and typically we do a 2-button mash, so that might have saved like a second or so there. But 47.50, I'm very happy with that, because there was a very good chance I could, like, there was that run earlier, like I said, that I lost to Sea of Eden, that if it would have PB'd, it would have only been by a few seconds. It would not have been a 47. And my stated goal was any PB, but I would continue until I got a 47. So I am happy with this. I finally killed the meme, got the new manip in the run. Because whenever there's a new strat, you always want to get a PB with it and apply it to your run. Thank you, Docmo. Yeah, dude, it's a speed run, man. I went quick, so this was good. So that's gonna do it for this. Thank you, everyone, for watching. Stick around. I'm gonna go take a short little break, and then I guess I'll come back and do some non-manip or something, or boogie or debug. I don't know. I'll think about it. But hey, thanks for all the GGs. Thanks for all the sub gifts, and thanks for all the support, and just all the motivation, and you know, just really when it boils down to it, thanks for watching all this. You know, it wouldn't be the same without everybody here. So once again, just thank you. I'm glad I could deliver. You know, it always feels good when you deliver. So I'm glad I delivered. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you missed it, just check the VOD.